Hello and welcome to your favorite podcast.
Eric Code Coffee.
That's us. How have you been?
I've been okay. I've had a tumultuous few days.
Tumultuous. That's a nice
Yes.
word. What does it mean?
It means it's pretty fluctuating. It's all over the place. It's a bit chaotic and a bit uncontrolled.
Ooh,
Yes.
hectic.
Yeah, hectic is maybe a better. No,
I don't know, but
tumultuous is kind of nice.
it's just I've never heard that word before. So
Yeah. But yeah, it's like physical health and some mental health things and life things and yeah,
life things. Yeah,
the usual.
the usual. Nice. Yeah,
Life
finds a way.
finds a way.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a nice transition about a subject we're going to talk about today.
It's Jurassic Park from 1992.
No, it's 93.
93?
I think so. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I looked. Oh, I might be wrong. I looked it up yesterday. So, yeah, 93.
What?
Yeah,
No way.
I knew it.
I thought it was 1992.
I knew it. No, 93. So yeah, this is a new like concept for our podcast, I guess. We're gonna talk about things we enjoy.
We
And-
enjoy a lot of things.
Yeah, we do. But it's nice to like share stuff and share our opinions about movies, music.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like trying to imagine what else, but there's nothing more than that, I guess.
Well, food,
Food, yeah, I guess.
food, music,
Sure.
videos,
Videos, yeah.
like YouTube and stuff.
YouTube.
I don't know, like there's a lot of media we consume.
Yeah. So I thought it would be fun if we would like talk about our favorites in all these different categories, I guess.
Yeah.
And
In no particular order, and they
yeah.
might change.
yeah, so like we're going to talk about movies or a movie, I guess, right now, but it might be, music next time or whatever, food.
Delicious.
Delicious. So your favorite movie,
Yes.
like that's like a difficult question always, right? Like what is your favorite thing? But your favorite movie is Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I've had throughout my life, people have been asking, yeah, so what's your favorite movie? And I'm like,
Always with that voice, or
yeah, usually actually.
Okay.
Yeah, what's your favorite movie?
what's your favorite movie?
And I'm like, I actually don't know. But the thing is, like, there's some movies in my life that really stuck by me and also struck me.
What, physically?
Oh shit, no, but there's there are a lot of good movies, and it's hard for me to choose one. But
Yeah.
there was one movie I was always like, it gave me so much inspiration almost. Like it inspired me to like
Clone dinosaurs.
no, like the subject matter is interesting.
Yeah.
Sure, Jurassic Park, like dinosaurs, whoa, mysterious and and cool and sci-fi and shit. But it was also the art form of the movie creation, like the movie as a medium.
Sure.
For me, like Jurassic Park, that was, I think when I talk about like what is my favorite, I'm trying to envision a movie that actually encapsulates the movie creation medium and also uses like the medium to its not full potential, but like there are better movies nowadays, maybe like movie wise, but the Jurassic Park is amazingly crafted for its time. Holy crap.
Yeah, especially for its time. Yeah. It's so yesterday evening I saw Jurassic Park again, like I don't know, I think it's the 5th or 6th time, I guess. Like I haven't watched it that much, but I have watched it a few times. And one of the things that I like noticed almost immediately is that like Spielberg has a really specific way of filming things, and he films in a movie way, if you know what I mean. He's like, I don't know, it's like everything is so movie.
Yeah,
I don't know how to explain it, but it's like
it's like the camera angles, but also like the size of everything. Like when he films things, he films size. Like every scene, every what do you call that again? Like in
Shot, scene.
Now in art, like when you have a painting, every composition,
Right.
every composition, he tries to place things somewhat in the foreground and like large things in the background to portray size and like the world.
And it's a really classic way of filming large things, at least.
And like it's very effective in Jurassic Park.
There are a few issues I have with Jurassic Park, but we'll get there eventually. Let's stay positive for now. So like, I've never had a really strong opinion about Jurassic Park, as in I like the movies, I guess, but I was not like, oh wow, this is the best movie of my life, you know, and that's fine. I mean, we can all enjoy our own things in life, but I think for me, one of the reasons why it's not like one of my top movies is that it's especially like mainly that it's just a movie. It's a movie. And I can enjoy it, like the technical side of it. So I when I was watching, I was like, "Oh, this is cool and a nice shot and stuff like that." But I don't know, like the story in it and like the actors and like the different scenarios the characters are in, it's like it's a bit bland for some reason.
Yeah,
like,
but
I remember when I watched it years ago, like when I was a kid, and I was like amazed at how cool and interesting it is. But so I think like
30 years later.
Yeah, I think the main thing of Jurassic Park is that it has such a nostalgic like value also, and like like an emotional, I don't know, connection.
Yeah.
But if you look at it like from a distance right now, at least, it's like it's an okay movie.
Yeah, like I don't know, like there are definitely better movies like in the like movie technical genre, like cinematography wise. It was not a masterpiece, but it was really good for what it tried to do. Like one of the issues I had with sci-fi movies, especially when I was younger, was they all looked fake.
Yeah,
it didn't even feel real. The subject matter was, sci-fi, so it's like okay.
It's also a difficult thing to portray, like in the earlier days when there was no like good CGI or not even any CGI.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The Jurassic World series, like the newer movies, they have less of that.
Yeah,
like mysterious magic.
Yeah,
and Jurassic Park, the first one, still has that for me. And I don't think it's all nostalgia. It's also
it's
like,
not only nostalgia. Yeah,
it's literally like the way they crafted the scenes, the textures of the animatronics.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Like I think CGI is the one big thing I didn't like about this movie. Like the parts where there was CGI, it was really bad. Like for now, I mean,
was it?
Yes. Like
I don't remember which parts.
I was watching it with my girlfriends, and she was also like, "Holy shit, this looks really bad." And it's not like I remember, and it's also one of her favorite movies. But we were both like, "Whoa, this looks horrible."
Which part was that?
Like when they first see the dinosaurs on the hill, like the really long neck. I don't know what they're called again, but that looked horrible. And then in the distance, you see a few drinking water or something like that, and if you're in the distance, that looks terrial.
Okay, but that's your 4K bullshit.
Yeah, I just wanted to say,
because I remember that scene,
right?
I watched it like a year or two ago. Everything is like out of focus weirdly. It's blurred. The lighting is off.
Yeah, the lighting of the CGI,
the layering is off.
But it's also like the materials on everything. It looks so like smudged out.
Yes.
So I think like sure, when you watch this movie in the cinema like in 1993, I think it would be like fucking amazing. And even like at home at your small TV, it would look probably like really cool. But right now, watching on a 4K TV, I was like, holy shit, this is disgusting. But the animatronics, though, they are like still fucking amazing. They look so realistic.
I know.
And like the textures and the coloring, the lighting, and like I mean, it makes sense. But like the physical interactions between the characters and the dinosaurs looks amazing. Like it could be something that's made today.
I think so. Yeah. Like there are some things that I think are very specific for that time period.
Yeah.
And lighting of the scene is one thing. I feel like nowadays when they make movies, they use a lot of artificial lighting, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like you can feel that. that you can sense when a scene is artificially lit. I don't know, like one of the during daytime it's a bit different, but there were a lot of shots where it's dark and there's like one or two sources of light, and they are a bit blue, like the moon isn't that blue.
Yeah, but I didn't really notice that.
Yeah, but I remember like a lot of scenes being very blue.
Okay,
but it's fine. Like it just gives you that sense of darkness, that sense of like horror.
Sure.
But from the light itself.
So I watched the remaster, I guess, like the 4K HDR remaster, whatever. So I think they also color corrected a few things because I didn't notice a blue tint or whatever. It looked really like neutral. It was good.
Yeah, but, I might have misremembered that.
But I do agree, at least that like the lighting is really perfect almost in this movie.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
I love how they play with it. They show the textures and like the silhouettes and oh man.
Yeah, there are nice. It's a really good technical movie especially for its time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, there are some issues, especially like if you compare the technique and the technology.
Sure.
But the things they did have, which was like, lighting and like the base of a good movie, in my opinion, like technically a good movie. How they set up the shots, the composition, the lighting. I feel like the pacing of the movie could have been better, I guess. But like a lot of things were pretty nice for its time. Like I feel like for me, it's why it's a good movie. It's because of all these ingredients that they've been put together, and it works well, and it still holds up to this day, in my opinion, as a fun movie to watch.
Yeah, I think like if you would watch this movie like now for the first time ever, I think it would still be a spectacle and like
exactly
a really good movie. So
the action scenes were also like, they're a bit random maybe. And like if you think about it, they might be like a forced situation or something.
Yeah,
but honestly, like it looked so realistic, like how people would react.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a bit fake, of course, like with the velociraptors in the kitchen and stuff. It's a bit like over the top.
Yeah.
But like the scene in the car, holy shit. that's actually like, I think that if you meet a T-Rex and it's trying to get you, that shit could happen, like could go like that.
Yeah.
It's so aggressive, so crazy. I love how they did it.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. Like the movie's like pretty terrifying.
Yes.
Like it's like I think it's for 12 years and older or something rated. But I was like, holy shit, this is pretty dark and not like scary. I was scared, but like I was like, holy shit, kids would be scared from this shit. So I wrote down a few things that I like while watching the movie. I noticed one of the things was like I couldn't remember the intro. Like I was watching it and I was like, wait, what?
I love the intro.
I don't remember anything of it. Like there's a guy who with a head like the lawyer, I guess, and he enters on like a raft or something, and then he's like walking up a mountain. I was like, what is this shit? Like I didn't remember any of that.
There's a lot of like I love the intro. Like the very, very first scene was, I think, is that, correct me if I'm wrong, but is that the lawyer going up to I think so, the rafters? And then
one of the later shots still in the intro is that it's like dark, midnight, and then like the velociraptors are being brought in with a container, and one of the caretakers, I guess, is like dragged into the cage, and they're zapping it, and like I had an issue with that specific part, because like it's really weird, but they were like really close-ups, like really insanely close-ups, like showing only teeth and like eyes of people, and like it was like weirdly zooming in and out the whole time. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like it didn't fit with the rest of the movie for some reason. Like I was kind of like weirdly distracted. I was like, wait, is this doesn't feel like a Spielberg,
I see what you're saying. I feel like there's one thing that
it did attention though, by the way. Like it made it tense.
I think one, I don't know, like this might be a bit like meta, but when the movie was coming out, there was a lot of hype for it, and they were like hiding a lot of the dinosaurs, like the how they look. So I feel like even during the movie, they wanted to create that effect of like, oh my god, something's happening. Like,
and you can't really see what.
And to create that effect of like curiosity, to pique the curiosity of the watcher or the viewers. It's not a particularly good shot. I feel like the lighting was pretty nice.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere was pretty good. It felt a bit studio-y, but
it's expected, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just, I get it. Like what you just said, the reveal of the first time you see one of those dinosaurs like fully is the same when our main characters see them for the first time, like on that hill.
Exactly.
So that first shot, I don't know, it adds something, like the wildness of the animals, I guess.
The unpredictableness, but you can't control them.
But it also feels a bit like out of place in the beginning to start a movie with that. I don't know.
I feel like, so one theme the movie is trying to like talk about basically is the ethical part of this, and the uncontrollable nature of wild animals, and that zoos can go wrong. And dinosaurs are an extreme. But even in our regular zoos, animals can, get out or people can fall into the...
things can go wrong because wild animals are not like controllable. That's like why they're wild.
That's like a huge thing about Jurassic Park, and that theme keeps repeating itself, which is kind of boring, but like in all the movies it's the same.
Also like Jurassic World, right? It's also about like genetically or modifying in this case, but like
it's like, oh, it's still a wild animal. You shouldn't handle it like it's, you have to respect it, but it won't respect you probably. But I think in that scene and the previous scenes, like when the lawyer or whatever, he was going by that's when they found that little mosquito.
The amber.
In the amber. And it's like, it kind of felt like it's an illegal thing, or like it's something is like shady. It's like a weird business. And I feel like the poaching, the animal poaching, and like blood gems. What do you call them again? Like
blood diamonds.
Blood diamonds. And so like I get that sense from that scene, and then the uncontrollable nature from the other scene, and I don't know, like it's a few like themes they've set. And it's maybe too much on the nose for nowadays. Like it's, oh shit, okay, all right, we're getting wild here, literally. But I think just to like give the movie a few different vibes, because the first scene was kind of nice. It's like it's slow. To me, it's actually one of the most boring scenes until you see what's happening. So it's like, what's going on? Like it's weird because that guy is on the raft and he feels out of place, and it's like, why is he here? I still actually don't know exactly why he was there, but
I'm not sure too. Like, why did he arrive that way on the island? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
I guess that was the quickest way or something.
So wait, now I'm thinking about it. Like, what is it called? Like the boss of Jurassic Park, like the old guy. What's his name again? I don't remember. Let's see. Maybe I'll find it quickly. Hammond.
Oh yeah, Hammond.
So Hammond hated the lawyer.
Yes.
So maybe he forced the lawyer to get on the island, like on a shitty like raft that way. Like that would make sense, right?
That's funny. Yeah.
Because everyone else arrives at the island with a helicopter and, just go directly to where they have to go. But he arrives going through like a mine and whatever. It's like messy. Yeah. And he also slips on the hill.
I think that was not...
It was not intentional.
I don't think it was scripted.
But it fits.
Yeah. I think, it was kind of like a trial by fire. Like, if you want to be part of this, you got to also accept this part of it, maybe. And the other thing is maybe he was just trying to piss him off.
Yeah, I think so. Because, like, Hammond multiple times like repeats that he hates lawyers,
I don't care for lawyers.
and it's like
Hammond's character is hilarious.
it's weird. It's so
like,
weird.
He's so emotional. I think it's a believable character too.
Yeah, sure.
Hammond, like, he's a bit like crazy scientist-y.
Well, he's also like a child.
Yeah.
Like there's one of the scenes later on where he's eating like ice cream, for example.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's like a rich dude who has a lot of money and sees like a fun idea and just throws money at it, and he's very
like,
emotionally invested.
Yeah.
I think, like the characters to me are a fun thing too. They're not cliche per se. Some of them are, but some of them are also like.
Yeah.
I feel like, for example, the main characters are not cliche.
Well, they are not cliche, but I had a few issues with their like main characteristics.
Sure.
Like for some weird reason, and when I say it aloud or think about it, it kind of makes sense also, but there was a lot of like talking about children or getting children. Like Grant and Ellie, they're constantly like, oh, do we want children or not? And Grant's like, no, I don't want kids. You know, they're messy and noisy and whatever. And she's like always smiling when there were kids on the screen. And there's like multiple times where that's like, it's just like, why is just the female, you know, only being focused on children? That kind of felt weird. She's just like,
I don't know. To me, I don't think it's a big deal. Like a lot of people have like one person having a child wish. Yeah, but the other one doesn't, and it's just a female in this case.
It didn't necessarily fit into the movie, but when you think about it, it does kind of fit in the movie because, like, dinosaurs being born and whatever. That's also like you know.
I don't think like the symbolism should be taken that far.
No,
no. I think it's honestly just like a couple who are not 100% on the same line. Like they just don't 100% agree on everything, even though they respect each other. It's like a realistic-ish, more realistic.
Yeah, but the thing was, the only thing they weren't agreeing with was the children thing.
Yeah, but like, that's a personal thing, right? Like all the other things were based on their career. Like in the movie, a lot of choices they made were based on like their curiosity, their passion for, you know, archaeology and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. There was no other conflict between them.
Yeah.
Except the children issue, and that felt like kind of weird and forced.
Yeah, I don't know. My mind. Did they spend a lot of time? They did spend some scenes on it.
The multiple, like continuously through the movie, there were like weird like sentences or interactions or like a small.
Let's be honest, they were getting pretty old. Like they are pretty old in those scenes, and I think the characters are like in the moment in their life where like, do we want children or not?
Yeah, we have to decide.
Yeah,
now.
We have to decide, and it doesn't seem out of place for them to have that, but it should probably not be on their mind during a crisis like this.
Exactly. Yeah, and also like it doesn't necessarily do anything in the movie.
Well, to me, it makes them approachable.
Yeah, I guess.
Like,
and also like at the end, the kids they are like connected with Grant, and Grant is also like more accepting children, I guess. But I don't really get why that was something in the movie.
I think again, like you want to, okay. For me, it's a pretty simple thing. It's just like movie making.
Yeah.
How do you make characters have conflicts, but also
likable, I guess?
Yeah, like likable, but also unlikable. Like, okay, so think about like older single men. They don't like children. How do you appeal to older single men? Make a guy who doesn't like children.
Yeah.
How do you make the movie approachable for women? Make that this is a very stereotypical thing, but I know a lot of women who also want a family, for example, and make a woman who wants a family.
Yeah.
So like you're getting like target audiences almost.
Yeah, sure.
But in the end, it's about the characters and how they interact, and to have Grant not be happy with children on this trip.
Yeah.
And that Ellie is happy and that she can deal with it, and he's like kind of jealous but also like frustrated. Like that kind of dynamic adds more to the scenes, and you can see him like sigh and like
Yeah.
goddamn shit. Like,
Yeah, there were multiple times
Yeah.
where, like, when we were on the stairs, like
Yeah.
the big stairs, the grandchildren arrive and they rush up the stairs to meet Hammond.
yeah,
And she is smiling, and in the background you see Grant, like,
yep,
you know.
yeah. He just doesn't like the energy of kids, I guess.
Yeah.
And to me, it just adds a bit of character. Like Grant is just frustrated, I guess, with children, and he has his arc. He has his arc where he, starts liking children more. But it's more about like how he deals with it during the scenes.
Yeah.
He has to, like, they're humans, and he they're children.
Sure.
They cannot protect themselves, and he has to like protect them.
Well, there's like a
lot of scenes.
when the first time, like, the T-Rex attacks the cars, and they are like in the second car behind, and they see like the cars getting like pushed around and whatever, and they're pushing like the glass in and stuff like that. They are doing nothing for a long time. Like Grant and what's his name again? Malcolm. So Jeff Goldblum and Sam. They're not doing anything. They're like just watching it happen.
I mean,
and then like
it makes sense though.
It makes sense. Like, what you gonna do? There's a fucking dinosaur trying to eat, people.
Like,
but
you have to approach it like in a sane way.
Yeah,
the most sane way possible.
But it's just interesting that like both of them are not doing anything. Malcolm says that he has like 3 children or something, but he's also not like,
Yeah, he's zoned out, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but they're all just like being like passive about it. And then
I wouldn't say passive. They're more like in shock and thinking, what the hell
what
are
are gonna do?
What are our options?
Yeah, but then like Grant eventually, he's the one that like gets the flare and does something or try to do something. And then Malcolm also gets out of the car with a flare, and he just fucks up the whole situation. It's like it's so interesting.
I think that's very believable. Where like there's one character who has this sense of like protective sense and some heroism. Innate heroism, or like I want to protect humans, and the other person just feels like he wants to help and he just doesn't know how.
It didn't feel like Malcolm was trying to help in this case, but he was trying to exactly, he was trying to be like the hero of the situation.
But like in the end, of course he's trying to help, but I think he's more jealous of the that what's his Grant Grant took
the first one who sprung into action, I guess.
I feel like it makes sense for the characters. Malcolm's a lot of talk and no action. And at the moment where he saw, oh shit, it's effective. What he's doing is effective, and he's at a safe-ish distance. Let's do it. Let's get out and pretend like we're a hero too. And it's like, okay, normal humans shouldn't do that, but there's some like weirdly absurd comedic factor to that, which I find like very interesting. It's also like it doesn't go like stuff happens in the movie and it doesn't go one way. It always goes like multiple ways, and it evolves into something more weird, more complex.
Nothing is like straight from point A to B. Exactly. It's always like with a really elaborate detour or something. Something happens.
There's like a little twist in how the action scenes
and that's fun though, because that like keeps you on your toes, right?
Exactly. Like if for example Grant would just, without Malcolm in those scenes, it would just be Grant doing something heroic, and it would be, I guess, cool looking still, but with Malcolm there, it's like chaos. It's like, what the hell is going on? And then was it a lawyer who gets eaten?
He runs to the toilet. I also had so many questions about like why would they be able to open the doors of the cars, for example?
They're involved.
And the windows.
I don't know.
No. I mean, like why are the doors not locked? And why can they open windows? Like they're driving past like one of those like compounds, I guess, where there were like the spitting dinosaurs, and there's like a sign saying "Don't roll your window down because you will get acid in the car." But you can still open.
I can tell you why.
Why can they open the windows?
They're prototypes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And also, like they do comment on it, like, "Oh, I told you we need to lock the doors." Yeah. But I don't know.
It's like what could go wrong goes wrong.
Goes wrong. Yeah.
I feel like sure. in a perfect world, that probably is already checked and locked, and there's maybe like a system to force the lock on and force the.
Well, like to be honest, in a perfect world, there like Jurassic Park wouldn't exist because there would be.
I don't know.
Yeah,
in my perfect world, I would.
I don't know. Like it sounds like it's doomed to fail.
I don't know. I think the like. I don't know which dinosaurs you should
Yeah, exactly.
clone.
Like maybe if you pick like really kind dinosaurs, I guess.
Or like vegetarian ones.
Yeah, sure. Like as soon as you add like the dangerous hunting
Carnivorous,
ones, then problems arise, I guess.
Yes. That's the thing. You saw all those vegetarian dinosaurs grazing like out in the open, and
Sure.
it's like just like cows,
Mm-hmm.
Like cows are dangerous if you get close to them.
Yeah.
And they hurt you, but they're not gonna chase you and hunt you.
And what was up with the like there's a dinosaur laying on the ground, being
the
wounded.
Triceratops.
Yes. I'm trying to like I don't remember what was wrong with it. Like one of the caretakers says like every 6 weeks or something like that.
I'm not.
It got sick.
I'm not sure.
And then like they were trying to investigate like if it was a poisonous plant or something that caused it, but they didn't find any like anything in the poop that would indicate that they were eating poisonous things. But like right now I'm thinking like I don't think they resolved it in any way. Like that whole thing.
No, there were
like she stays behind. Like the storm is coming and they have to go back, and then she stays behind with the Triceratops and like a caretaker, and then the rest goes off into the cars.
So I found here in the original book upon which the film is based, we find out that the stones it eats, apparently it eats stones, are too close to the poisonous West Indian lilac berries. Oh, I remember now. Like
they did mention the lilac berries, but that's what I tried to investigate. That's why they are like going through the poop to find.
So like dinosaurs have a stomach that works like birds for some reason.
Well, they are like
the vegetarian
related
ones,
also.
True. And so they eat stones to digest because they're like rough plants and seeds and stuff like that. They need some help. So they ingest stones.
So they get like fine.
Yeah. So like when their stomach is doing the convulsions or whatever, the stones help with breaking down the fibers and the food.
Okay.
But apparently like they're not that precise with picking out the stones, and there are lilac berries in between the stones.
Okay.
And every 6 weeks it replaces the stones, like because it takes them 6 weeks to like get them out of their system.
Okay.
And so
but
that's
that's kind of weird that it's not. I mean, it doesn't add anything to the movie if it would be resolved, but it's kind of weird. They spend a lot of time on it.
To me, but to me, like there's two types of characters in this movie. The ones who want to, take care and like they care about the animals, and the ones who want to, just take advantage of them, want to get the most money out of it.
Yeah,
and this highlights the fact that there are characters who, even in these situations, they will be like it's a serious thing. Like it's a zoo, and there are zookeepers and caretakers, and to me it was like a scene that signaled that Hammond is a caring person. It's not evil per se, but there are people who are evil in the company.
Yeah,
and that scene for me is like, they take it very seriously. Even like Triceratops. I mean, it's a huge investment too per dinosaur. You're like probably putting down a few millions of dollars just to like clone it and keep it alive. So it makes sense that they take care of him like that. But the scene itself, I know what you're saying.
It felt more like they needed a reason for them to split up, and that's this is the reason.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Because they're like archaeologists and they can get up close with the Triceratops, and
it's just like I didn't necessarily get why she was suddenly like, oh no, I want to stay behind and take care of it. I don't know. Maybe that's like again with the mother thing.
Exactly.
I guess. But
to me, that is like she wants to take care of something.
and he just wanted to get out.
Yeah, he's like, let's just continue the trip.
Yeah. I don't know. There was something that I was like, I don't know. But again, that like practical effect, or like the dinosaur looked great.
Yeah, with the breathing and stuff.
Like the tongue looked a bit weird.
Yeah.
But that's like always I think an issue with like animatronics. Like it's
wet.
Yeah, and also like it's a pretty like flexible part of the body, but it looks really like static and just like wet and
the tongue is
slimy.
pretty complex muscle.
Yeah, so I get that.
Well, maybe have you ever seen a bird's tongue?
Yeah, it's weird.
They are pretty weird.
Yeah, they are really weird. There was also a few, or like a surprise, I guess. Samuel Jackson is in it,
Oh yeah.
right?
Wait, was he?
Yeah,
What was his character?
he's the one of the technicians.
Oh, yeah.
Who smokes all the time.
Yes, I
But
remember now.
I saw him. I was like, wait, is Samuel Jackson in this movie?
With his hairline and everything.
It's
Yeah.
so weird. I didn't remember at all.
He's
I
a
heard
funny
his,
guy.
and like he was in the dark, I think, in the first scenes.
Yeah.
But you heard his voice, and he was
Yep.
smoking. And I was like, wait, is that Samuel Jackson?
Yep.
And it
Ray
is.
Arnold.
Yeah, that was weird. Also, a nice surprise, I guess.
I think it fit, like, it's not a stereotypical character that he
Yeah.
played. And it fit him really well.
It did, yeah. It surprised me
Yeah.
in a good way, at least. Kind of sucks that he just dies off screen, and
Yeah.
like only his arm is found,
Yummy.
and that's it. But you know,
I remember that scene. With the arm.
yeah, she's downstairs,
Yeah.
and the arm, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, there you are," and then yeah, the arm falls on the floor.
Oh, Mr. Arnold.
Yeah,
It's gross, man.
it's fun.
It's very gory, the movie.
Yeah, that's why I was like, is this really a children movie? But I don't know. It's like practical effects look so good.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it's a fake arm, but still, it's like it's
For its time, it was amazing. I swear.
Again, I really appreciate the practical effects, and they still look great for nowadays. There was also a weird like sound added to the movie when what's his name again? Nedry.
Yeah.
Again, also Nedry was the son of Hammond.
Was he?
Like there's a shot where Hammond says like, "Well, you're my son," or something like that. Or he says something like, "Oh, Dad," and I was like, "Wait, what?" That's also something I didn't remember at all. But anyway, what I wanted to say is that there's one scene when Nedry is in the jeep, going to the docks to give up the embryos. And he's on like the waterfall and trying to connect the winch to a tree.
Yes.
And then like one of those spitting dinosaurs encounters him. He tries to climb up.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when he's on the
Oh,
hill,
that sound.
there's like a whoop. Yeah. Like he slips, but it's such a comedic sound.
I don't know why they put that there.
Like it was such a serious scene the
Yeah.
whole time, and then suddenly he's like, "Whoop!"
Yeah, it was. I don't know why.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I remember that scene.
Like I had to write it down because I was just like a bit
Flabbergasted.
flabbergasted about it. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." That's the first and only time in the whole movie when they added something comedic, like a sound. I was like, "What a weird."
Yeah, I don't know why they've done that, but it wasn't necessary. I think.
I mean, it is also a bit of a comedic scene afterwards when he's trying to like talk to the dinosaur.
I want to say it was comedic. I think it was like more like insane.
You mean the slipping sound, or
No,
like the whole interaction between him and the dinosaur?
Yeah, it was, like
sure.
It was like chaos and hectic, and like if you remove that slipping sound, you just see a man going like to his last option, where he's like, I don't know what the the hell to do.
Sure,
it's like just talking to the like it makes
with the stick. Like go fetch. I don't know.
I didn't find it comedic actually. I found it like more. It was funny to see, but to me it was more like he was just in distress. He was actually trying to figure out how to get out of here alive.
Yeah,
and he knows that it's a danger. Like he actually does no, it's a dangerous animal, and he's like, what can I do?
It didn't feel like that though. And
To me, it did.
I think that's also because of the comedic sound that it kind of was like
Yeah.
a bit slapsticky almost.
Yes.
When he slides down multiple times
Yep.
and like he lets the canister fall down the water,
Yeah.
and I don't know. It's yeah.
I don't know what, like, that sounded. I don't know why it's there. It's actually
Right.
frustrating.
Right? I was like, if I just remove it, that would be so much better, I
Yeah.
think.
Yep.
But I don't know. That was weird.
We have to look that up one day.
Maybe I'll add it into the podcast. I don't know. Yeah, we should almost wrap up, but I still have a few notes I would like to add. I don't know if you still have something you want to talk about though.
No,
but-
let's go quick.
All right. So what I did really like was there's a lot of explanations about how dinos work, like their
Sure.
names and what they do and their behavior
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That was really nice. I think Spielberg is really good with creating a movie that caters to all like different ages.
Mm-hmm.
So I really understand why this was, even for children, a really big movie then, and maybe nowadays even. There's also a lot of adult things in it, but it's like, I don't know, it's like a good cartoon, I guess. Like I want to say SpongeBob, but that's not necessarily a good one. But it's like Disney does that a lot, whereas like they cater to adults and children, and there's always like something fun in it.
I know what you're saying. I feel like the nature or like the genre of the film also adds to that. Like it's
The
an
dino, yeah,
but it's also an adventure.
sure,
It's not a horror.
yeah.
It's sci-fi adventure with like horror scenes, thriller scenes.
But it's also Spielberg though, and also
Definitely.
like Indiana Jones, for example. That's also his whole movie range, and it's also same adventure, like accessible for children or like all ages. I mean, there's fucking Nazis in it, but still for some reason it's like also a bit fun,
Yeah. I mean, that's still now that people are like, yeah, the Nazis, like the stereotypical evil or bad guys in movies. Just
it's an easy and classic way to immediately like get like, oh, they're
the whole
evil.
world hates them, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, there are a bunch of Nazis nowadays, but that's
but like the point is like it's a it's a cross-cultural cross.
yeah. Everyone gets that they are evil.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just show the logo and it's like
Evil. And one of the last things I noted down was there's a scene where one of the kids, like the boy, what's his name again? I don't know, probably not gonna find it, but the boy is climbing on the fence. Oh, Lex is his name, I think, or is that the girl?
that's
No,
the girl.
Tim, that's his name. I didn't recognize.
Tim Murphy.
I didn't recognize his photo on IMDb because he's an adult there, but.
Oh yeah.
He's climbing the fence. They're all climbing the
electric
fence, and he gets like a shock of 10,000 volts. And I was like,
don't question it.
I was like, come on, guys,
don't question it.
That kid is
I mean,
like,
it's a miracle, but
that kid is just fucking dead. Like,
I know.
there's nothing left of him.
I mean,
And I was also like, okay, maybe
there's a 1 in a million chance or something.
like there are people who get like shocked by lightning, and that's even more.
Yeah.
So
There's a very low chance, but it's possible you survive.
and I was like, okay, maybe they are reanimating him, but I think if you get shocked that bad, you need a shock again to get going
You need
again.
to like smack the chest probably,
or like
shock.
use like shock pads.
Well, what's it called again? Emergency defibrillator.
Defibrillator, yeah, exactly. But I don't know.
Electronic defibrillator.
It didn't bother me that much, but I was like, it's
Yeah, I always found that a bit unbelievable. Even as a kid, I was like,
it gets like launched. He just flies off the fence.
I always found that like, no. Like, you probably also have some like insane burn marks.
Insane burn marks. I mean, I'm pretty sure you won't be able to stand up afterwards. Even if you get revived, you will be like...
Your eyes are bleeding, dude.
Yeah, you will be dizzy and like barfing and like everything is messed up. Like, I don't know.
I don't think like,
It's a movie. It's fine.
They just added another scene. I don't know, like it made it kind of bittersweet how Lex and Tim found each other at the end, and they started eating ice cream with Hammond and stuff.
Yeah,
I know it added like they both went kind of through some
trauma.
Yeah. I don't know. It added something to it, but it also was like a bit unnecessary.
Yeah.
The thing with Jurassic Park, I feel like, is it wants to add some kind of action with every scene,
Yeah.
and it's not bad, but it's also
Yes, there's always something happening. Yeah, there are no like cinematic shots necessarily.
yeah. I wish there was more time, like just like where they like character build without physical
Yeah.
physical trauma and action.
Yeah.
A tiny bit more. Like in the start, we had some with Grant and what's her name?
I just said it. Ellie.
Ellie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some with the two main protagonists.
Mm.
But the kids, for example, we had some scenes afterward where they're eating ice cream and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but I still wish there was a tiny bit more there.
Mm.
But the movie's already insanely long for its time, especially.
Yeah, it was like 2 hours, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, we were also surprised that it was 2 hours.
Yeah.
We like movies from that time were almost always like 1 hour and 30 minutes or 90 minutes, I
Yep.
guess. So, but I mean, overall, I did and still enjoy the movie a lot.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
good movie.
I think if you haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it once.
Yeah, at least once. It's a classic. Let's just keep it at
Yep.
that.
It's definitely a classic.
And there are so many like memes and like scenes in that are so recognizable, and like the glass of water that's like vibrating because
Oh,
of
yeah.
the T-Rex.
Oh, man.
That stuff is just it's
Yep.
so iconic.
Yeah, like how do you? It's such a cool effect. Like it's such a simple
But
effect, and it adds so much to the tension. Holy
yeah,
crap.
because it's not necessary. Like
No.
they could do with just
Shaking.
just a thumping alone.
Yeah, or the
would
shaking
be
of
enough
the camera or
because
something.
it's just like really quiet and you were like zoom,
Yeah,
zoom.
yeah,
I mean, that's already like, oh shit,
Yeah.
something is going to happen. But then also like the glass just
Yeah.
shaking.
yep.
I don't
You
know.
can see the water ripples.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's great.
Yeah.
And I do that twice, by the way. But
hmm It's kind of like the T-Rex is approaching.
yeah, it's like doom is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's-
yeah, I don't know. It was good.
Yeah, I think it's definitely probably in my top 10
Hmm.
because so like if you're thinking about movies, there's a lot of genres and
Yeah.
adventure. There, I don't know. I'm not a big Indiana Jones fan, for example.
Like I've seen one, I think.
I've seen them
and that's
all,
it.
but they're like, they're fun adventure movies. But like,
Like they're, I think, a bit like Pirates of the Caribbean in that vein.
Yeah.
Like entertaining. Just
they're not as
basic.
memorable for me.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's-
why.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
I don't know why. Like some people are actually like hooked to that stuff, but to
Mm.
me, it's like it's cute.
Yeah, that's it.
I just don't love Indiana Jones like the actor.
Harrison Ford?
Yeah, I don't love his portrayal in those movies. He's like kind of a douchey person, but that's the point.
That's his character, I guess. Yeah.
And I just just give me someone
Likeable.
a bit more like I don't know, someone a bit more complex. He
Hmm.
he seems like a simple man.
It's the same in Star Wars, right?
Yeah,
He's also a bit like basic and
exactly.
not, an interesting character for that
Yeah,
matter.
and I don't know. Just to reiterate, like the Jurassic Park is like a sci-fi adventure movie. And it's a cool combination. It doesn't happen a lot where you have science fiction, adventure, and it's a good mix. And they actually make something that looks good,
Mhm.
but also like it's a memorable experience. Like
Yeah.
I remember almost every scene,
Yeah.
even if I like haven't watched it in years.
So maybe we'll add a poll or something. I'm just really curious if people who haven't watched it and when they watch it,
Mhm.
what their like experience is with the movie, or like if they feel not nostalgic because they don't have that,
Mhm.
but like if they feel like, oh, this this movie has an impact or made an impact on my life, or I'll remember this forever.
Yeah, it's just a memorable movie.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm just curious if it's like because we saw it when we were
Yeah.
young that it made an impact,
Yeah.
or if it's just the movie itself that's always
Yeah.
makes an impact.
That's a good question. I feel like it's gonna be, I think there's a few listeners and maybe watchers who haven't seen the movie yet. So I'm
Yeah.
curious, if you're gonna watch it, did it impact you like it impacted us, or is it like, it's okay, it's not that interesting?
Yeah. And also, like, if you have another movie that did, impact you, or like it's so memorable for you, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
We would love to hear that or see that. So we'll wrap up for now.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We also had a question, probably, if you like this kind of stuff, but
Yeah,
we like it, I guess. So
this is like our second episode about
something other, right? Or media.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a Dead Space thing, or like horror games.
Mm-hmm. No, but we did another thing a while ago in like season 2 or season 1 even.
Oh, another movie?
I think we did like we had, I don't know, we had some things.
Go look into our archive.
Yeah.
And you'll find it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you for listening and hopefully also watching.
This time for real.
I hope if the camera is still recording, we'll be on YouTube. See you next time.
Yes. Bye for now.
Bye bye.